Hello everyone, Simon here. Welcome back to our playthrough of Shadowrun Hong Kong. Let's go attack a police station with a minigun. Alright, we bought the minigun after the last mission, so this is like the first mission we have a minigun. Chances are I just don't use it because if there are dragon lines and if the enemies are relatively close together, just the spells are probably better than the minigun. Alright, we're traveling to the Tiger's Den. I'm gonna bring Gaichu, right? Right. The Tiger's Den. The drunken mistake screams over Kowloon Bay, cutting through grey weather and greyer waters. Around you, grim faces watch the skyline ahead as Jomo steers you towards Crate's headquarters, the Tiger's Den. Chu and Lam have assured you that if everything goes to plan, the run should be relatively low risk. Ample experience tells you that plans often go astray and that low-risk shadow runs rarely stay that way. But you also know that the reward for this run outweighs the risk. The incriminating data from the dense evidence room should be more than enough to bury Crate, expose her client, and cement your position with Kindly Chang forever. Why do I even care about Kindly Chang? Jomo cuts the engines and the drunken mistake drifts towards the station's loading dock. It's go time. Um, right. Should I give it this? Is this better than hers? This causes bleeding, but I think this is actually better than hers. Give Rector the shotgun. And... You know this is only 6 damage. May do AP damage on a critical hit. Maybe I should get him a better weapon. How much money do I have? Oh, I didn't give him medkits. Oops. Oh well. The wood of the dock feels comfortingly solid under your feet. Your stomach lurches anyway, the legacy of a long bumpy trip hidden under a tarp in Jomo's speedboat. The sound of water sloshing beneath your feet isn't helping. That was a nightmare. If I never have to ride like a cargo again, it'll be too soon. She sponges water off of her cyber deck with the sleeve of her coat. Seriously, let's not do that again. Hell, I'd rather swim back home. Captain Jomo barks out a laugh. Wouldn't recommend that, beautiful girl. Lots of sharks out there. Both normal and awakened. Nastier things too. Any one of them would be all too happy to snap up a little thing like you. Are there sharks in Hong Kong? Kinda not really. Because there's so much pollution and so many boats in Hong Kong. Like, the port is so busy that, like, natural wildlife tends to stay away because it's so noisy and it smells because it's pollution. Sharks, huh? She glances down at the water, frowning. We'll keep that in mind. I guess further out from Hong Kong, there's like occasionally like sharks and dolphins. But inside the harbor, it's way too crowded and way too noisy. I'll wait here with the boat. You come back to me when your business is done and I'll take you home. He gestures at a uniformed constable in the distance. She nods slightly in response. You see her, that lady there? PC Chong. Police Constable Zhong is your contact. She can get you into the building. What's the deal? Is she with the task force? Ask her yourself. Me, I just drive the boat. He waves you away with a nod hand. Go on, raid your police station. I'll wait here with the drunken mistake and protect her from the advances of any swine who might try to impound her. He casts a longing look back at his speedboat. Don't leave us waiting too long, La. Jomo is possessed of many fine qualities, but patience is not one of them. Alright, don't worry, we'll make this as fast as we can. Constable Jong. Hey Jong, you want to see my minigun? That's not innuendo, I literally have a minigun. The constable beckons you forward nervously. She's doing her best to stay calm, but you can see that she's sweating. As you approach, her gaze keeps flitting back to the station door. You're here, right on time. Good. She brushes a strand of hair out of her eyes. I don't think I could have waited much longer. Constable Jung glances past you, spotting guides you. She pales, her lips drawing back into a tight line. You brought a goddamn ghoul to a police station. What the hell is wrong with you? Her voice is a harsh whisper. Guide you? I bring him everywhere. It's a good luck charm. It's true. We have had remarkably good luck getting into places where I should not be allowed. It has worked in the past. The game... Look, the game is acknowledging the fact that we shouldn't have been able to bring Gaiju into any of these places. Somehow Gaiju gets away with it. So I mean, when you write a story, sometimes you write yourself into a dead end, right? Like, yeah, at some point they thought, hey, it'd be cool if there's a ghoul in the game. Alright, they put the ghoul in the game, and then they realize, oh, Hong Kong is actually a really crowded place, and you can't bring ghouls anywhere, technically. And then they just fudge the rest of the story, right? Like, yeah, no, there's no way we should have been able to bring Gaiju anywhere. Joan continues to eyeball you like you've sprouted a second head, the veins on her neck bulging. After a few tense moments, she exhales explosively. Fine, fine, but if you talk to anybody in there and things go south, it's on your head. It's on their heads. You know what happens when things go south? People die. Not me, though. Other people die. Now, I've got a badge for you, and that should give you some access to the station floor, but if you draw attention to yourself or your cannibal friend here, I can't vouch for your safety. Be very careful about letting him be noticed. She reaches into one of her voluminous pockets and fishes out an object. A slip of plastic, slick and shiny, connected to an alligator clip. The word visitor is emblazoned on the front. Seriously? A visitor badge? Uh-huh. And this will give you past security, I take it. It should. The integrated electronics will mark you as a friendly to the station's security system. If you try to enter the Tiger's Den without one of these clipped to you, automated systems would sound a general alarm. Every cop in the building would converge on your location. They only issue these things at the front gate, and only after a thorough security check. Anyone who sees you will assume you're supposed to be here. As long as you don't do anything to arouse suspicion, you should be fine. And this badge of yours, will it get us up to the second floor? Afraid not. I was able to get you the badges, but I don't work the security desk, and that's where you need to go to get access to the elevator. I'll tell you what though, the desk sergeant on duty, Shang, is a friend. Tell him that you need to meet with Mia in admin to go over some paperwork, and he'll upgrade your badge clearance rating. I've seen him do it 100 times. Mia in admin, got it. Good, and I think that's everything. There aren't many constables in the building, just enough to keep the place running and make sure that the interrogation subjects don't escape. It should be pretty dead in there. Oh, interrogation subjects. What about automated security, drones, turrets, that sort of thing? No drones, you've got nothing to worry about there. She pauses a moment, considering. There are some turrets in the training rooms upstairs near the evidence room, but they're loaded with low-velocity rounds. They're strictly non-lethal, and besides, you shouldn't need to go anywhere near those rooms anyway. On the off chance that your cover gets blown early, you might have to shoot your way to the evidence room. I don't much like the thought of that, but I know that it might happen. I'm gonna steer clear of the station until you and your pirate friend have cleared out. If you do wind up going loud, I don't want to catch a stray bullet. I don't blame you. If I could get out of this, I probably would. Yeah, well, it's a little late now, huh? She taps a code into the PDA on her wrist, and you hear a buzzing sound. The door pops open. There you go, get in there, and if you get caught, we never met. One last question, why are you doing this? Crate and her people, what they're doing is fucked. Everybody in the station knows it, but nobody wants to make waves. When Shu approached me, I saw my chance to do something. to be a good guy for a change. I figured that I owed it to myself to try. She pauses, her eyes slitting away. I know, totally cornball, right? Like some cliche out of an old movie, but I guess that I'm doing it anyway. Go ahead and take that for what you will. You know what? If nobody does the right thing, ever, the world is pretty screwed. I mean, the only reason the world is still going is because occasionally people decide to do the right thing for once. Now go on, do your job. Get them and shoot what they need to bring this place down. Sure will. That's the plan. Evidence bag. Evidence bag. A new yen. Crumpled notes. I mean, there's dragon lines out there already, so we might get directly into battle. Let's hope we don't have to fight right away. Green plastic badge with a V printed on it. Evidence bag. An evidence bag filled with SIM chips. The seal has been broken, indicating that it has been tampered with. Based on the paper insert, they're BTLs, and the last person to check the bag out is Constable Ah Young. Crumpled note reads, Ah Young, I need you to finish the following task before clocking out. I'm not gonna have a chance to. This is followed by a bullet-pointed list of bureaucratic duties. It doesn't seem like Ah Young actually did anything. Hong Kong Police Force Guard. Lock up guard. I can start shooting anytime I want. Why would I go to lock up? Oh, there's another dude there. Ah, there's sergeants. The desk sergeant looks up from a book of crossword puzzles, his nose wrinkling in irritation. A split second later he sees Gaiju. He peers closer and his eyes goes wide as he realizes what he's seeing. Ah, it's a monster, kill it! His hand immediately goes to the pistol of his hip. Alright. So I don't have the right etiquettes, so I can't... Alright. You know what, I'm gonna load the game. Can I not get Gaiju to stay back? Hey Gaiju, can you like... What if I... So if I go into turn-based mode, I start shooting people, right? Do they immediately aggro on me, or do I have to start shooting at them before they aggro on me? Anyway, I don't think that works. Like, can I go to turn-based mode, have Gaiju stay back? Alright, so I need a disguise for Gaiju. Bookshelf. This shelf sags under the weight of the assorted papers, folders, and trinkets that have been stacked on top of it. Search the shelf. You set about rummaging through the shelf's contents, lifting mountains of paperwork, flipping through file folders, repositioning awards and plastic collectibles. Tucked away in one of the folders, you find an old cred stick. It looks well worn, the thing's seen a lot of use. Keep searching. Try as you might, you don't find anything else of use. Alright, cost 71 bucks. Sweet. Ah, I'm not suspicious at all. Data analyst. Look, if I'm gonna save you. Like, he's gonna see Gaiju and then he's gonna start shooting, right? He or she. The constable frowns up at a quartet of wall-mounted displays, each overflowing with spreadsheets and video feeds. The foreground of each display is dominated by a surfeit of warning pop-ups and Matrix-related error messages. The troll rattles off a command on the keypad. A moment later, a chiming sound rings out, and another half-dozen error messages open on each of the displays. Shaking her head, the troll turns away from the display to face you. She stops dead in her tracks. When her eyes land and guide you, she speaks to you in a slow, dread-filled voice. I don't know who you are, but you need to listen to me. There's a ghoul, and it's right behind you. Alright, so I can't... Alright, I can't... I don't have any of these checks. Alright, so... so I can't talk to anybody. Maybe I shouldn't broadcast you. Maybe I should have just... I don't know, but it's funny though. Really? I can't get past with Gaiju? The game doesn't warn you before starting the mission. They only warn you after you're in the mission. Like, I don't mind just shooting everybody, but maybe there's a different way of doing this. Alright, we can't talk to anyone. Alright, there's a couple of cops there. Card reader. Oh, there's a drone vent. Send the drone into the vent. Very interesting. A bound suspect sits in the center of this room. He's been handcuffed to his chair, and he's leaning forward, gulping air. A red-faced, sweating Hong Kong police force constable stands over him, and his hands are bunched into fists. If either of them notice the drone in the room, they don't show it. Police! The suspect's voice comes out in a ragged gasp. He's fighting for air. Please, I'm only a street-level dealer. I already told you everything that I know. Oh, the constable slams his fist into the bound man's stomach, cutting his sentence short. I know that you're nobody, but even nobodies have their uses. He punches the suspect again. These bruises will send a message to your boss. You know the saying, show, don't tell. You might want to use like a stick instead of your fist. You just... Because you're injuring your own fist every time you punch him. Don't you have a stick? Enough! My boss, he'll get the message. His fist pistons out again, catching the bound man in the sternum. Sorry pal, it's nothing personal. The suspect's chest heaves as he struggles to suck in a breath. The constable who was beating him leans in to inspect his own work, and then freezes. Slowly he begins to turn. What the hell? His eyes go wide at the sight of your drone. He makes a grab for his comlink. His comlink? Am I... Alright, that stuns him. And turn. I mean, it kind of stuns him. Go ahead and chop him. Come on, dude. I can't buff my dude through the wall right now. Alright, shotgun. 81%. Ah, come on. Alright. Oh, Jesus. Load the game. What? 81%? Alright, we have to like kill him in 2 turns. I have to stun him One of my gunshots also stun, right? So I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna... Yo, this is super annoying. Like, when you make the game harder, it's not actually harder, it's just more annoying. Right?